Let's go see what's blooming in my Zone 6B garden. This is my Yankee Doodle lilac we planted last year in full bloom. Olivia Austin rose that I planted a few weeks ago. Brunnera is well, it just finished blooming. I cut this back. The other one is blooming over there, but the leaves are starting to get bigger. These are 2 peony style daylilies and a peony I forgot that I planted that I will be moving in the fall. Daffodils and tulips have gone over, so I'm working on getting everything out. These are Charming Lady or Charming Beauty, one of the two, and these are La Belle Epoque. So beautiful, with the forget-me-not like flowers of the Brunnera right behind them. Alliums are getting ready to bloom. I'm starting to see rosebuds on my 2 Alnwick roses. I have beautiful pansies and violas in pots over here. And my first ranunculus bud right here. More Alnwick rosebuds. And this is a Eustacia Vi rose that's coming into bud as well. A Stilby Milk and Honey is coming back from last year. Copper Image tulips are just about done. So are the Sensual Touch tulips and the Exotic Emperor Parrot tulips. The hedge of hydrangeas is starting to put out their first buds. I have 4 Incrediball hydrangeas right here and a Firelight hydrangea over here. This is an Atlas rose from Proven Winners that isn't doing super well, so it might be coming out. And some common Rudbeckia and Echinacea over here. Irises that I planted 2 years ago are coming up and starting to throw out buds. And I even have my first bloom that opened up today. This one is so beautiful. All of these are from Shriners. I do have... Do you want to give me a tulip? Oh, thank you. I do have some iris over here that are from my grandpa in West Virginia, his garden. These are very, very special. He collected tulips and just loved gardening so much. So whenever iris are in bloom, I think of my grandpa. In the backyard, we have a Miss Kim lilac that's all budded up and ready to go. I'm just waiting for her to bloom. Another ranunculus that may give me a flower before it's too hot. This is a peony. There's no buds on this one this year, but that's okay. This is a chamomile that wintered over in this pot. I honestly can't believe it, but it's about to give me some flowers. And I have my anemones, which are all starting to bloom. So we have, these are all beautiful white ones. Some have dark centers, some have light centers. But I also have some more buds coming here. These are my sweet peas. These are the ones that made it. I've had really bad luck with sweet peas the past few years, and this is the best that they have ever done. I don't know if I'll get them to flower. The weather is looking like it's about to start heating up pretty quickly, so I don't know, but we'll check back. This is Peony Shirley Temple, who is all budded up. I think there are 9 buds total. It's looking so good. These are really beautiful creamy pink flowers. Their buds are hot pink, but they open up to this beautiful like ice cream kind of color. I love it so much. In my first raised bed for veggies, I have my first year asparagus, which is looking so cute. I cannot wait to harvest off of this in the next few years. And then we have carrots that I sowed. These are glow stick. They're a rainbow carrot, And then over here are sugar snack carrots. And in the next row over here, we have romaine lettuce. I also have some sorrel that another gardener gave me, but I think it didn't make it in transplant, but I did buy some sorrel seeds because it is incredibly delicious. And then I also have some nasturtium coming up to help with pests and bring in some pollinators. In my second raised veggie bed, I have some Roman chamomile on each corner and these large red cherry tomato plants. I have 4 of those. We did have a light frost and I think I lost my cucumbers. I originally had 4, but it looks like 1 over here got picked apart, or I don't know, frost damage, but they're not looking super great, so I'm gonna keep an eye on it. I might go get some replacements this weekend, but these are just a regular burpless cucumber, one of my favorite things to snack on in the summer. And then another possible casualty is my peppers, but I don't know if it was the frost or if it's my fault because I took too much off the top. I think they're gonna be fine because there are growth points. I don't know if you can see that. There we are. There are growth points coming out, but I'm a little nervous. So I have 2 red bell peppers, a jalapeno in the middle, a cayenne pepper, and a salsa pepper. So I'm gonna keep an eye on these as well. If they don't bounce back in the next week or 2, I'm just gonna go get new starts for my peppers. It's still early in the season where I live, so it'll be okay. In my archway planter boxes, I have 2 Crown Princess Margareta roses from David Austin. This one is sending out a bud, and in the matching one, this is one I bought last year. It's also sending out a lot of buds and has made so much growth. All of this red you see is the new growth. I have a hush puppy, penstemon grass, and a Munstead lavender hanging out in here. There's also a penstemon. I just wanted this to be a really beautiful, flowy kind of garden box. In one of my planters flagging my back door, I have this Emily Bronte rose I planted up about a month ago. It looks so good. This is one of my favorite David Austins in both the look of the blooms and the scent. I just replanted this container with the Happy Trails, is that what it's called? No, Fairy Trails Bride hydrangea from Proven Winners. I think it's new this year. It's a cascading hydrangea. I had it in my landscape and it was not happy at all. I think my soil's a little too heavy for it, but it is just the most beautiful, romantic hydrangea. We'll see if it makes it through our winter. Hardy down to his own 6, Summer saying 7, and we'll just see what happens. We just have some random containers here. We have pansies and violas, some eucalyptus, penstemon, lisianthus, and Icelandic poppies that are looking so good. Other side of random containers, we have feverfew and some violas, another 2 lisianthus, and some creme brulee phlox coming up. On this side of the rose bed, we have Abraham Darby all budded up, a shepherdess rose that I just planted about a month ago, and Carding Mill, who is also all budded up. On this side, we have a Shropshire Lad, Golden Celebration, which I think might end up being my first rose of the year. This one is getting pretty close. And then this is Evelyn that I planted also about a month ago. She is looking so good. I can't believe I have her in my collection. And then I just have a peony that's potted up, just chilling over here until I have somewhere to put it. Next is the space that's a little bit of a work in progress. This is just going to be a gravel situation with a bunch of larger planters, the grow bags, and maybe a raised bed or two. But we have these June bearing strawberries. I have 2 bags of potatoes. They're German butter balls. 4 garlic plants. Basil, I actually just harvested this yesterday and made a delicious pesto out of it. Cilantro and 2 types of parsley. And then these are 4 everbearing strawberries. In the rose bed in front of our shed, I have Roald Dahl that is starting to put out some buds. I'm excited. It didn't bloom for me last year. Next to Roald Dahl, we have Litchfield Angel, which is a replacement from last year, and Crocus Rose. These are all David Austin's. In this flower bed that we're currently making, we have 3 Whoops-a-Daisy Shasta daisies. I love the name. I think it's really funny. And we have some buds on those. These are Prairie Splendor coneflowers. There are some plants I seeded in this area as well. Just waiting for them to come up. These are 2 yarrows, peach, firefly, sky, something like that. And then we have some dahlias. Bambino, Chewy, Totally Tangerine in the back. This is Princess Charlene DeMonico, a really beautiful rose that is all ready to flower. I'm not counting this as my first rose because I just purchased this last week. But it's so beautiful and it smells so good. I have more dahlias in the back, including some cafe au laits right there. This is the Gentle Hermione from David Austin, and it's hanging out with our buddy over here. Windermere is to the left with a prairie grass I need to plant, this Salmon Star lupin, and I need to deadhead this Back to the Fuchsia salvia. The first bud on my grandma's peony. This is so special to have a piece of this. I remember it flowering in her garden and in my mom's garden, and then me and my sisters have a piece of it as well. It's very special. And that's everything for right now. It is mid-May, so nothing is really happening. Everything really starts coming to life beginning of June. So I'm excited to show you what that looks like, but thank you for being here and I will see you soon.